everyone. Welcome to Shop Live with Mimi and Russ. And tonight I have Shop Live with Mimi and Linda.
Because they threw me out. They said they don't want to deal with me tonight.
Cast Russ out. I was like, we don't see him anymore.
So I'm going to enjoy Gabriel's cocktail. Don't worry.
We are in October, and traditionally we have always done an artist series made in North Carolina. And so Linda was introduced to us with her beautiful crafts she works with. I call it sea glass, but she wants me to call it tumbled glass.
Technically.
So we'll talk about all of these details.
If you, like those, you can call it whatever.
You can call it whatever you want.
But we appreciate you being with us tonight. Linda, tell us a little bit about how you got started, how long you've been doing your craft. And
My craft, actually, I started a year ago in February. I was looking to do something a little different than scrapbooking and card making. And I used to collect sea glass with my mom on the beach. And so I started looking into what can I do with glass, sea glass or otherwise. And that's what got me started on making the trees first. And once I perfected, I call it perfected in my mind, then I expanded out into this year into doing the ornaments. So now I do both.
I think it has so much appeal when you talk about sea glass. I know we spend a lot of time at the coast, and everybody collects different things, but I know people almost have an emotional connection to sea glass. Remember where they were, where they picked it up, and we actually made a beautiful pendant for a lady about a year ago, and it was related to someone in her family who had passed, and when she was at the beach, it was kind of her emotional healing.
Right.
Found this piece of sea glass and actually made a connection to another person kind of sharing a similar time. And it just meant so much to her that she wanted to have this pendant made with the sea glass to give to her new friend. And Russ traditionally works with gemstones and this, that, and the other, but he loves a good challenge, and we love a story like that is so sentimental. We want to be a part of that. We've actually made jewelry. We have a list of things, don't we, Gabrielle? We've made jewelry with lion's claw, sand spur,
deer teeth,
elk's teeth. We made a ring that looked like a blade of grass because it had meaning to some. It's a story.
dog bone necklaces.
Yeah, we made a commemorative necklace for someone that had all their dogs. Each bone had the dog's name engraved on it. So that's what I was telling you earlier. It's so much fun with custom jewelry because everybody who comes in our door, they have a different story.
Absolutely.
And a different project that they want to work on. And I'm sure you've probably gleaned some sweet, precious stories with what you're doing with your glass pieces.
I just wish I had all the sea glass we collected when I was younger. And I don't know what happened to it, but we had these big glass bowls full of it, and it's gone.
Oh no!
And it's like now I'm creating it myself when I could have had the real thing.
But I love that because it takes you back to that time and memory in your life.
Absolutely.
So what beach, where were y'all collecting your glass?
We were actually in Rhode Island, in the Narragansett Galilee area, and there was a ton of glass, and my understanding is you can still find it on the Cape. There's a lot of glass, and people talk about Puerto Rico. There's a lot of beach glass.
Yes.
Yep.
My parents used to live on Parker's Island, and the place where their house was, they used to just throw the trash. There was no trash collection, so they just threw the trash, and after they built their house, I wished I had saved it too, because we would go down there and just fill up buckets, finding pottery, china shards, and it was always fun when you could find one of the old bottles.
Yes.
So there was always a little collection of that.
It's funny because now I focus on color. So when I go to thrift stores, or I'm focusing on, I go through all the glass and the colors, like I'm looking for aqua, I'm looking for blues, I'm looking for reds, and it's like if the price is right, I'll buy it, and then it's like, I hate to tell them that I'm going to smash it.
Smash it, makes it pretty.
But ultimately it looks better, in my mind on a tree or an ornament, so.
Well, you have a beautiful eye for the colors. I know when we work with gemstones, you can show people some here's pink, here's whatever. But people seem to have an aha with color.
Yes.
And when you show them the one that, oh, I love it, that's what I want.
Yes.
You've shown them,
Absolutely.
the right piece for sure. So this, if you're just joining us, this is Linda Clough.
Clough.
Thank you,
Yes.
I said it right. Her business is called Linda's Artistic Endeavors, and Linda lives in Wake Forest. She's excited. She's gonna be doing the mistletoe market
I am.
at Wake Forest High School on
Wakefield.
Wakefield. I'm
Wakefield,
sorry,
that's okay.
and November the 8th. So that's always a fun.
Yes, this is their 25th anniversary, and it's a heavily juried show. And I got in first try, so I'm
That's
so
awesome.
happy. I was very excited to get in, so
That's
it'll be
awesome.
very interesting.
So Gabrielle has Linda's contact. If you would like to get in touch with her, we're gonna do our carrots and cocktail video in a second. When we come back, we'll get Linda to show you some of the different beautiful items that she's made, and we're gonna do a little demo. So stay tuned, and she'll talk about price points and all of that, and how things are available. So, just when she was unpacking, I was thinking, oh, this would be so pretty on the table and everything, and going into the holidays now, we have to kind of get our mindset on all of the Thanksgiving.
Right. But I will say the trees, I don't call them Christmas trees because I leave them out all year round.
I would definitely want to, and I love the little lights. So we're going to go to Carrots and Cocktails. Gabrielle has made a
Wonderful.
fall. What happened to part of mine? What is this one called?
It's a fall margarita, basically.
Fall margarita. So it's a tequila-based cocktail. It's got a lot of yummy ingredients. It even has healthy things in it like apples. So take it away, Gabrielle, for Carrots and Cocktails.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Carrots and Cocktails. I'm your host, Gabrielle. Well, it's time for fall, y'all. Although here in the South, we just still don't understand what fall crispy weather feels like quite yet. So today we're coming up with a little concoction, which was inspired by Half Baked Harvest. That's a good transitional, it's fall, but not quite totally feeling like it yet, little cocktail. This is called the Fireside Margarita. It's got all sorts of good fall tasting juices and flavors with a little bit of tequila to keep you warm. So let's go and make one. Before we begin with the cocktail, we need to make our sugary rim. So we're going to do about equal parts of brown sugar, some turbinado sugar, and we're going to put a few dashes of cinnamon in just to kind of help echo those good fall flavors, and as well as some ground ginger. I was trying to find the candied ginger, but the grocery store let me down today, so this will have to do. And just put this into a food processor. You need a basic pulse. I probably pulse this too much, but just to get it nice and well incorporated, like so. Now grab your citrus and decorate the side of your glass. I usually just do one side of my glass so it's not a drippy mess. So go ahead and roll that in your fancy sugar and go ahead and place it back into a freezer so you get a nice crispy cold glass. Okay, cocktail time. We're going to need tequila, about 1.5 cups. I'm using a Reposado for this one. And next we're going to need triple sec, about 1 cup of that as well. So traditional margarita. And next we are going to need 1 cup of apple cider. Grab your favorite. That is going to be that perfect fall little bite there. And next we're going to need 1/4 cup of orange juice. I ended up putting a little more in off camera. I think I needed a little extra. And for fun color, we need 1 cup of cranberry juice right in the pitcher there. And finally, about 1/4 cup of lime juice, but again, I put a little bit more in off camera because I like it limey. And for fun, I found a blood orange ginger beer, and you're going to need 2 bottles of that, and that'll help bring all of those notes together perfectly. Beautiful. And give it a quick little stir, make sure everything is nice and mellowed together. Lovely, lovely, good color. And finally, go ahead and grab your glass out of the freezer. It should be nice and chilly now. And go ahead and pour your cocktail right on in. This is easy for a group. Great batch cocktail. Make this for your Halloween party, any kind of fun fall events. Garnishes, go wild. I went with an orange slice, and then I ended up lighting a cinnamon stick here on fire Can't really tell on camera, but it had a nice little smoke to it to kind of help bring that fireside together. And that's all. Cheers!
Good cocktail, Gabrielle. We've had several tasters that she made it, and I don't know if you mentioned this in the video. Couldn't hear the video, but it's a great batch cocktail too. So for gatherings with the holidays coming up, you can just go ahead and that's what Ina Garden says. Make a pitcher and let
Yes.
your guests put the ice and shake it or whatever. So definitely check this out. You can get in touch with Gabrielle on any of the recipes of the cocktails that she's made in the past on Carrots and Cocktails. So I like the tequila in that as opposed to vodka or gin. It has a nice, that kind of layer of warmth to it. So
It will warm you up.
good job.
Warm
All
you
right, so if you're joining us, this is Linda. She's joining us for our Made in North Carolina series that we do in October. If you didn't see our first kickoff, we had Dan Dye from the Village of Yesteryear. I guess the fair starts this week, doesn't it? Is it this week?
Maybe, is it? Maybe next.
Dan's an old family friend, and he is a very skilled silversmith. He makes beautiful things for tablescapes too, but also his beautiful jewelry. So if you watch the video, if you stop by the state fair, say hello to him. He loves to talk about his jewelry. He loves what he does. So we have Linda tonight with her. I keep calling it sea glass.
That's quite all right. That's how it started.
Okay, so she's going to show you some of the items that are finished and available for purchase. Gabrielle has information on how you can get in touch with Linda, so just walk us through
Okay.
your beautiful craft.
All right. And where's the camera?
I can find down here. Here we go.
So this is basically the first type of tree that I was making, and this is craft glass. So I was basically purchasing this glass just from Amazon or wherever, and it's broken and tumbled slightly. So it's not sharp, though sometimes you can get sharp pieces.
I know, I was wondering like how do you cut
yeah.
your fingers?
But what you'll notice on the base of this one, you'll see it's actually a 3D printed base, and my husband designed this
So
for the
clever.
battery pack. So you have it lit or unlit, and there's nothing dangling because the battery pack fits right inside. So
Very clever.
you can take it out and change the batteries, and you're all set. And so this is the base and the little battery pack.
So smart.
And then when the tree is done, we just glue it on and you're off and running.
So I got the whole family doing this.
We do. And this one is a tree that has glass that I tumbled myself. So this was in its past life a wine bottle, and I smashed it up and then tumbled and polished. And this is the finished look. And again, we have the light pack.
The little lights are so cute. I love the fairy lights. So I'm gonna guess that was a red wine before.
Yes, this was a red wine in its past life.
It's
And-
interesting that once it's got that matte finish, it almost looks like a topaz color.
And this was probably a Pinot Grigio in its past life. So this is white. And this again was smashed and tumbled, and it's on a white base. And you'll notice the lighter glass I tend to go with a white cone, and then the darker I go with a green cone to help accent the glass.
Very smart. All the little
And
details.
the same with the bottom. This was printed for this by my lovely husband.
So how long does it take to print that base?
So we generally do 4 at a time, and I think it's a couple hours, if I remember correctly. But what I wanted to also show you is this is...
Just mention the prices of these.
Yes,
before
sorry.
we move on.
These trees, I believe, are about 7 inches when they're finished, and these are available for $90 each. There is obviously a lot of time and
I was gonna
effort
say, I was
that
wondering-
goes into this between breaking
time.
the glass, and then this is the finished. I won't pick this up in my bare hand because it's very sharp.
Yes. we don't-
But then
I
when
don't
you're
have a
finished
Band-Aid.
product, it's very, and obviously it's very much different sizes. And I try and make sure that I have all the different sizes because the base tends to be the larger pieces. And then as you go up, you go to the smaller pieces.
So when you bust up a wine bottle and you put it in the tumbler, how long does it take in the process to get
From start to
workable?
finish,
Yeah.
it's about a week.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And this was the before white. And this is the after white.
Yeah. So how big a batch can you put in the tumbler?
They tell you to not fill the tumbler over 2/3 full.
So maybe would that make a couple of trees or this size or
It will probably take 2 tumblerfuls to make a tree because the problem,
Wow.
because you're picking through the pieces.
Yeah.
So sometimes you end up with a tumbler full of too many large pieces and then a tumbler full of too many small pieces.
Okay.
So that's why I now have 3 tumblers going.
Oh.
And they've been going steady since July.
Yeah. It's always a work in progress.
It is a work in process, and I learn something new each time I go. Last year, I was not polishing as much, so they had a rougher finish, which is what you would find in the ocean and the sea glass. But I also like the polished look, and they're smoother.
I know it's so interesting how it just changes visually from the clear see-through glass to, like I said, this one to me looks like topaz. So.
And I have cobalt blue, I have pink trees, I have blue trees, I have blue and white trees. There's lots of different trees.
So this is
This is the ornaments. This was one of the first tree ornaments that I started making. There's all different colors. This, in its past life, was a Bombay Sapphire gin. Love the color.
I
So
could probably supply some of that for you.
oh, good.
I'll pass it.
Because that is hard. I mean, you got to drink a lot of gin to get the bottle.
That's a good looking color.
Yes, it is. And these are available for 25, 20. These are, I think it's 20.
I mean, especially for a coastal decor, to have, if you have a beach house, that would be just a great little.
And then we have a small green tree.
They're so cute.
And then we have the second set that I had started for ornaments was what I called the acorn. So this is a little,
For the City of Oaks.
yes,
There
for
you
the
go.
City of Oaks. So we have the green acorn and we have a white with ribbon. And then we have the acorn color, which is a more brown color.
Love it. I know my aunt used to live in New Jersey, and she loved North Carolina. She was actually a nun. She loved coming to North Carolina. She loved coming to our coast, and she was always looking for North Carolina products, and that just makes me think about her. I know in her little room in the convent, she would have loved to have had one of those to remind her of North Carolina.
And these are available for 20. And
So then you invent a new thing, then you got to figure out how do I hang it up and what am I going to hang it on?
Exactly. And then my newest is these, and these are on a wire. These are also ornaments, but they have charms on them as well. And these are available for 25. They come, each one is different. I go through and I change out the beading that is going to be on the inside
Love that one.
and the topper. I have starfish, I have butterflies, I have a lotus flower.
I like that because you can really connect that with someone. They they like the color, and then that's their thing.
And that's
That's nice with the two colors.
the lotus flower. And then I found I was hard pressed to find a turtle because everybody
really?
loves the sea turtles, but it had to be the
Yeah.
right size.
Yes.
So now we have the green with the turtle. So there's all different colors, all different combinations.
Do you have to just try to find those when you're out and about, or do you have places you can?
Amazon's my biggest everything. I
They
swear
make it so easy, don't
they do make it very easy.
But I think this, if you needed a teacher gift or, something
Teacher
for,
appreciation, yes.
babysitter or anything, I mean, you can't beat a handmade
No,
piece. And this is something, I think Christmas time is really special because you unpack your ornaments and you have a memory, and you sit there and decorate the tree, and just kind of takes you back in time. I like all those beads in between. We have weird things on our Christmas tree. We've got our dogs who passed away. We've got their collars, and I've got my son's pacifier, which
there you go.
He's 30 now. When he was younger, one time he put it in his mouth. He's like, I don't know why I thought this tasted good. And I tell people, even with jewelry, sometimes they may have something that somebody in the family had that's not fine metal. We can't rework it, but it meant a lot to them. I'm like, hey, put it on the Christmas tree. If that's a memory, figure out some way that you can take it out during the holidays and put it on your tree. Because the holidays are all about family and making those memories.
And I don't think I showed this one. This is one of my favorite colors. I have trees made of this cobalt blue. It's another favorite color.
Yeah,
and
I love
hard to find glass, but I have helpers who are willing to drink bottles of wine for me so that I can have the bottle or go to thrift stores.
We were talking about red earlier.
Yes, red is very hard to find. My sister-in-law sent me a box full of red glass that she found last year. She went out searching, and when I broke it up, they were big chunks. And I left them there for a while because they weren't conducive to making the trees.
Yeah.
And then when I started making those ornaments, I was like, perfect. But I just can't get enough of it. So red glass is another one that is hard to find. And I did not bring a red one with me. But I have very limited number of red.
So if you have any red glass you don't want,
yes,
let Linda know.
let me know. Yes.
We were talking. We have a hard time getting red gemstones now. We bought some fine rubies, but even garnets and stones that normally were very accessible. Red is a very hard color to get right now. So
that's unfortunate.
The gemstone markets, since COVID, our dealers will still go to Thailand and go to places. They have tables out in the markets where they get to know certain dealers and how they do business, whatever, and they just haven't had the goods. They have to really, 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 really cherry pick to try to find anything. So we're looking for red glass, red gemstones.
Yes. We are.
Okay. All right, so she's got her hot glue gun going here. So she's going to give you a little demonstration on. Did you tell us how you got inspired to do this? Just from your picking up the sea glass, sea glass in the family. So new craft
blossomed.
Right. Okay. She's got some of her trees started.
I'll get these out of the way. So I do run classes. Last year they were a huge hit, and what I had ended up doing was creating 2 partially done trees so that folks had actually something to look at when they were making a tree, because there's an angle that you want to put out. If you look on you do a Google search of sea glass trees, some people make sea glass trees and all they do is glue it to the side of the cone. And that wasn't my preference. So it's a matter of getting the right angle, and you do the 1 layer. And then when you're done with the first layer, you just start going around with the second, and then this one has 1 piece of the 3rd layer, and you just go around and around and around until you get to the top. But what I wanted to show you here is when you're starting, the first thing you do when you have your glass is you're going to separate out the sizes of the pieces. You'll notice that the bottoms here you try and get the larger for the bottoms. Now, there's sometimes that you're not going to have large pieces, but or you're going to have a very, very thick piece like that one.
So can you use that?
You can. I would probably not use it on the bottom, because the other thing you want to keep in mind is you need to be able to because this is gonna be adhered, you need a place to be able to pull, this is gonna be, the base is gonna be glued to this, so you need a place to be able to pull this out, so you'll have to, if you make these too close together, then you're never gonna be able to,
Can't get your little light
can't
out.
get your little light out.
So there's just
the
a,
light
like a little
out.
watch battery in those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's 2032 if I remember correctly. We have plenty at our house now. So you just, the first step is you take your cone and you take your first piece and you're going to, you look at about a quarter inch up and then you place it and then you're going to put it in at an angle. And you're also going to set it down on your stand on a table because what you want, pull that out. What you want to do is be able to see that this is not going to hit on the table because
Right.
you're going to want this stand so I can hear it.
Right.
So I need to move it in just a little bit. And once you have your placement, you pull it out.
You don't want to have a wonky tree, huh?
You don't want to have a wonky tree. You fill it with the hot glue. And then you stick your first piece in.
Boom.
And you'll have, as you're doing this, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have lots of string.
Lots of little,
Lots of little glue
threads.
strings. And so with this color, what you'll notice is when you have more than one color, you're going to be balancing the different colors. So it's like, okay, I have my white. So the next one that I want to do is I'm going to go with a color. And you try and go as close as you can. Keep forgetting where the camera is. And again, put that angle in. And this one's a shorter piece.
It's a bit of a like puzzle Tetris thing.
It is a bit of a puzzle. And you'll see that the two pieces look like they're too far apart. But the next piece on the second row,
We'll cover. Okay.
will cover. And as you build it up, it will also,
Okay. So that's experience.
it is definitely experience. Your first tree will probably not look or come out as you expect. But I will say, in the classes that I've had, every single person has loved their tree when they left. We always take a picture, and I think you can see some of the pictures on my Facebook page, where we take a group shot of everybody's tree, and they've absolutely come out with gorgeous, gorgeous trees.
So you do the class at your home.
I do
and
the class at my home.
Everybody builds their own tree.
Yep.
Is there a cost involved?
Yes, the classes are $65 per person. I provide all the supplies. I have the glue gun and the tray and the glass, the cone, the base, and the light.
That's why you're tumbling.
That's why
Constantly.
I'm tumbling. Exactly.
And so, with your new people, how long would it take for them approximately to?
3 to 3.5 hours.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
because there's a lot of indecisiveness
Yeah.
when they're doing this in picking out the trees, and sometimes I will do the lights for people when they finish because I'm so used to it, I can do it quicker, and by the end of the class they're a little tired. But other times they want to do it themselves, and they will, and I'll just help.
Has any of their creativity spun off to you to inspire maybe a new product or a new technique or a
Well,
new color?
I will tell you that these ornaments here, my friend Megan Mears saw something similar, and I had seen it and I dismissed it, and I wasn't going to make them. I was focused on my trees and I was focused on the acorns, and then she had messaged me and she's like, have you seen these? And I'm like, you're right. And I told her, I was like, okay, I'm gonna attempt to make these, and they have taken off. They
love
have
it.
absolutely taken off.
I love it. I was just thinking when you held this up, it'd be cute if you, like for a teacher, if you could get a little apple or something. But everybody has their symbols that they connect with. So.
Absolutely.
And I think that's pretty with the textured beads that you separated this one with. You got little sparkles on that one.
Yeah, that's why I did this on the pink one because it's so soft.
Mm-hmm.
I did the sparkles with the butterfly. So this one's got the
I love
sparkly,
the pink.
sparkly pink with the beads separating those.
Now I have to go through my beads and see if I have anything that you can use.
There you go.
Yeah. We do a lot of repurposing here. We have a lot of people our age that come in. I was telling you that we go through estates. If you have somebody in your family that passed away, we have a lot of people that will get in touch with us like, oh, I need help. I've got all this stuff. And I think people, you just really are just scared of making the wrong decision. Like, oh, I might give something to North Raleigh Ministries that's real jewelry when I
Could have done something with it.
yeah. So what we do is we'll all sit down with the loop, and we've had people bring in just laundry baskets and think, because there's women of that generation, they had everything that matched, even
My
if it
mom
was
did.
custom, yeah,
My mom
everything
did.
matched. And I laugh, one of my friends that I adore, her mom even always, her shoes matched everything. It was like everything matched. And she but anyway, we go through all of that. We've started collecting the costume jewelry, even if it's broken. People just want to know that somebody can find some joy out of something that maybe their mom had or whoever. So we've found several places to donate the costume jewelry.
Oh.
And one place are the retirement homes. And there's a lot of women there who they've moved in. They just couldn't bring all their things, all their pretty things. So they use a lot of the activities directors will use the jewelry for like bingo prizes.
I did.
But we took a big bag after COVID to one of the nursing homes around here, and the ladies just sat around and went through it and brought back a lot of memories. They touched the things and they talked about, oh, well, so-and-so had this. So anyway, I have stuff, a lot of that in there. I might be able to get some beads or things out for you.
Okay.
For that.
And you're giving me an idea to go through the stuff that I still have from my mother.
There you go. We actually took some of those donations to Cuba. We went to Cuba with Tracy and Jay. We got back 2 weeks ago, and so we had some really nice professional looking pieces but they were costume jewelry. I'm trying to help this young girl to get some concierge business lined up. So we took some of that to Havana also.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, but Dress for Success, the retirement homes, we've been able to give things to the theater that made look period
Right.
style that you can see from far away. So anyway, you see you've given me, I've got to drink more Bombay gin.
Yes.
I've got to go
Yes.
through my beads for you, and we've got to find red glass.
Red glass. Real red glass.
Yes. So I don't know if anybody has any questions, you can put it in the comments. But please join Linda at the Mistletoe Market at Wakefield High School. Do you have any idea the number of trees and product that you'll have to take?
I have currently 34 trees in my inventory
Oh my goodness.
to take, yes. And then I've got at least between the trees and these trees and acorns, 20 to 25. And because these have become so popular, our original goal was to have 100. But we were told that so the craft event that I had with a bunch of friends, I brought some of these, and there were 18 people there, and I ended up getting orders for 8 and sold 2 out of inventory. So I'm like, okay, that's 18 people, and there's approximately, the low end is 3,000 people come through Mistletoe.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm going to be making a lot of those ornaments.
Yeah. Well, I adore what you're doing, and if you're interested in purchasing anything, Gabrielle has the information up where you can get in touch with Linda. She has an email and she has a Facebook page, and I'm sure you'd be happy to sell any of these before
I will.
the market. When you were just talking, I mentioned this for a tablescape, and I was thinking how beautiful this would be if you put a big globe over it and maybe put some little snow on the bottom and made a pretty tablescape. But I would definitely keep my choice. I like that one, and I like the white one, and I would keep them out year round.
Yep. I definitely keep mine out. I have one white one with a starfish on top. I decided not to do all the ornaments because the starfish are so fragile.
Yeah.
So, and it's like if you're transporting them, they would tend to get broken.
Yeah. So cute. I love what the creativity. That was one thing. I'm not going to call this trash, but it is broken glass. But when we were in Cuba, we noticed people making art out of trash. And I also went to Kenya a couple of times on missions trip, and that one really struck me there is people are creative and they want to express their art. And, you know, whether you're in the United States with a Michael stop to the ceiling, or, you know, in other parts of the world, people want to be creative and express what that inner creative
We want to be productive too, you know, versus you retire, you know, and it's like I just wasn't the type I like crafting has just been in my DNA. I've always been card making, scrapbooking, and I needed something different, you know, so it's nice that I can flip back and forth.
Yeah, I think it's good to do that. I've tried to teach myself how to watercolor.
Ah.
I'm learning that, and I'm trying to learn Spanish. So those are my old lady brain gains I'm trying to get there. But
Learning another language is a tough one.
I've been doing Duolingo. It's pretty easy, but it was funny when we were in Cuba. I found a lot of the words I've learned are not necessarily used in Cuba, maybe in other parts of the world. And I'll tell you a funny story off camera, but one of them would have been a very embarrassing word to use if I had to set it to the waiter. So I was like, ooh, watch that. So anyway, Gabrielle, do you have any questions?
I don't think I do.
Okay. Russ, you have
Just,
any?
it would be a decision of which I want someday.
I know. But like I said, I could just see these beautiful colors, and you know, you have a beach house, and just would be a beautiful piece of art for you to have. Louis tapping on the leg, so he wants to come see. He got a little haircut, so he looks more handsome this week. So, well, we thank you for joining us, and Linda tonight, thank you for sharing
having
your
me.
beautiful craft and your time with us. Please get in touch with her. If you, I'd go ahead and snag these up from what she's told me before we came on and through this segment. They just run out the door, don't they?
They do go out the door.
Yes.
I was actually surprised at the interest last year over these trees.
What's the biggest one you've ever made? I do have a question.
11 inches.
Okay.
And I didn't bring them, but I do also make Grinch trees.
Oh,
There's someone that would want one.
And
yes.
those, so I have 6 in inventory that I specifically is like they're very time consuming because of the curve and having the glass.
Oh my
Oh, I
gosh.
see what
And
you're saying.
and it
Oh,
has-
I love that.
And it has a heart ornament that hangs from the top. So I love making them, but it's like, okay, I got to see where the interest is first before
Yeah.
I go making any more.
We noticed there was a lot of Grinch products in Hobby Lobby
Yes,
this year.
I noticed last year too.
Yeah.
Grinch has become a very big thing again.
And her godmother
I like the
loves the
original
Grinch, so I know
cartoon.
she would
Yes,
get one
me
from
too.
me.
It's the original one.
That's what I grew up with.
So,
Glad you're holding that handsome kitty because he might come home with me otherwise. He is so
we got
handsome.
Mr. Meeks. He is a
My husband wouldn't want that.
another cat. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining us. Get in touch with us if we can help you with any of your jewelry needs. We're in October, so if you're interested in anything custom design wise for the holidays, you need to get in touch with us very quickly. Russ's queue stays very busy, and typically custom just depends on it can take 6 to 8 weeks, just depends on what the piece is. So please get in touch with us. If you have any questions, you can text or email us. And please make an appointment if you're interested in repurposing or appraisals, any of that. We do all of that here. We're your concierge jewelers. Join us next week, Tuesday at 7. We'll have another artist here for our Made in North Carolina series. And please get in touch with Linda and help support her with her beautiful sea glass.
Sea glass, like tumbled glass.
It's a hard habit to break. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
for having
here.
me. This is just awesome.
Good.
Thank you
We
very much.
appreciate it. Good luck with your mistletoe market.
Thank you very much.
All right. Good night,
Good
everyone.
night.